Monsieur Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do de. Luta mo nulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bësal mu fay.
What?
Bësal mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave acts in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills, and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Bësal mu fine. Wave, your money is yours.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning to all the listeners. Peter, 25 years ago, the callous dictator that we had in the Gambia, the coward, Yahya Jammeh, gave orders for 14 young and defenseless students to be brutally murdered in the streets of the Gambia. Peter, sadly though, 25 years later, the government of Adama Barrow has neglected to bring about the justice that we all yearn for. Peter, let us be very clear. The events of April 10th, 11 were one of the very reasons, if call it the catalyst, for a call to coalition of political parties. This was why events were made in 2001, for the 2001 elections, to have a coalition of political parties. This was why 2003, we had the conference in Atlanta for coalition. This was why in 2011, attempts were made to have another coalition. And this was why finally in 2016, Gambians came together to form a coalition to end the continued abuse of Gambians, including the brutal killings of Solo Sendeng and others. So it is safe to say that without the victimization of Gambians, particularly the killings that happened on April 10th, 11, 2000, there would not have been a need for a coalition. And without that need, there would not have been an opportunity for Adama Barrow to become president. But sadly, everything that Gambians fought for has been betrayed. There is nothing more insulting, more disquieting than to have a man like Sidi Jai, one of the biggest beneficiaries of Jammeh's killings on April 10th, 11, who rose to political prominence as a member of NAFSA, which he later led as its national coordinator, was as a result of the killings that happened. Because when Jammeh foolishly and cowardly disbanded GAMSU, he created an offshoot which saw Gambians like Sidi Jai run to lead because they were never interested in justice. And opportunism would be a driving force. To see such a man today, on the 25th anniversary of those brutal killings, be a beneficiary of a government whose coming into force is as a result of the blood, the tortures, the killings of Gambians by Yahya Jammeh. Because without Jammeh's brutal dictatorship, which was cheerled by people like Sidi Jai, there would not have been a need for a coalition. And without a coalition, there would not have been a need for an Adama Barrow. So whilst Adama Barrow continues to hobnob with those who cheerled Jammeh's dictatorship, with those who benefited when Jammeh was killing Gambians, we, the upright citizens of that country, will continue our struggle for a more just and democratic Gambia, one that is free of political opportunism and exploitation, where Gambians, particularly the families of those who were brutally killed on April 10th, 11, will finally get the justice that they deserve. To the Yusuf Mbais, who were crippled by Jammeh's cowardly bullets, I hope that someday and soon, the justice that you deserve will come. With that, we continue to wish those who were callously murdered that they will continue to rest in eternal peace.
Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
agsi la jàmm si Wave.
yow Ablaye yow lu tax doo dee dégg lu tax mënuloo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis hello xana lay waxal
bësal mu fine.
What?
Bësal mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave acts in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, bësal mu fine. Wave, your money is yours.